Welcome to this video about December's full moon in Gemini. We are the astrologers of Pandora Astrology. I'm Jamie Kale Miller. I'm in Berkeley, California.
I'm Julia Mijas in Pioneer, California.
And today we're going to tell you what this moon will feel like and how to handle it and when it is happening. So December's full moon happens on the 7th, and it features a moon in Gemini right here, opposite to the sun in Sagittarius. And a full moon is always a sun-moon opposition. And we have a pretty strong involvement of Mars, bringing his characteristic temper. And this being in Gemini, possibly some very sharp words during this moon. There is additional stress with this square to Juno. So there could be arguments in committed relationships or business relationships, but there's help from Saturn and Chiron, I think, helping to smooth out these arguments. And probably a very big likelihood that the arguments will be, characterized by opinionated people spouting their own ideas and sort of trying to force them on another person. Julia, what are your thoughts about this moon?
Yes, I mean, both Gemini and Sagittarius, this is an axis of information, which definitely I think is going to affect us in our communications. Mars is also retrograde too. So that usually retrograde planets mean you have to go back and go over things. So expect any of your words or your actions during these in these arguments, you're going to have to maybe take back. So be prepared for that, definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. And the Sagittarian Sun might respond with, a sort of a big old bluff and bluster, or might react more in an expansive and relaxed kind of way, like, okay, Mars, you're going to run around with a chicken with your head cut off, and you're going to spout all these like facts at me and try to be right. Okay, you do you. So I think that there are some options built into this full moon, that you don't have to take on the argumentative stance if you don't want to. But I do think there are likely to be a lot of impulsive words spoken out of frustration. What do you think that the help from Saturn and Chiron might be, Julia?
Yeah, well, Chiron in Aries, this is a very Marsy configuration because Mars is just like 6 minutes away from the moon. That's so close. And Chiron is in the sign of Mars. Chiron in Aries can experience sort of past wounding over one's assertion, one's ability to express anger too. So you might find that during these arguments, you get sort of either reminded or perhaps, things from your past in terms of how you've approached arguments before might also come into play.
True.
And Saturn.
What? Go ahead.
Oh yeah, the Saturn is really, I think, the most helpful thing that's coming into this configuration because of that trine, which is a very supportive aspect with such a stabilizing planet. So there is an ability to get detached from your emotions. Aquarius is a bit detached. It's a bit of an observant sign, kind of the outsider looking in. So even if tempers really flare up, I think there will be an ability to kind of take a step back and looked at things in a more detached and helpful manner.
Yeah, I think that's absolutely the case. I think that Chiron is going to want to bring in some healing honesty and to sort of cut through the bullshit and be direct. And definitely this is an opportunity to heal maybe some actions taken before or some words spoken before in haste. And Saturn definitely has that, grounding effect that it does. I think even Juno might be helpful and supportive in the sense that Juno in Pisces brings this compassionate feel, this empathy, right? So she's almost like getting in between the argumentative Mars moon combination and the sun and saying like, hey guys, I feel you, I feel both of you. Can you just like simmer down, please? So I think Juno could be good for some of that stuff.
Yeah, definitely tap into the compassion. If you bring that out and if you bring that into the arguments, into the tension, I think that overall that will help you feel the other side.
Yes, absolutely. So this moon is happening around December 7th. So watch out for these kinds of arguments near this date, and for the days, a couple of days on either side of this date as well. And that's what we have for you today about the moon. You'll find this video on our YouTube channel, Pandora Astrology, in the December news playlist, also on our website, pandoraastrology.com, in the forecast tab. And on our website, you can find your horoscope, get readings, take classes. And until next time, we'll see you around the cosmos. Bye.
Bye-bye.